The oldest living U.S. president has died. Hear from President Biden and other U.S. leaders mourning the death of Jimmy Carter at 12:02. Plus, tornadoes have torn through the country's southern region. We share the widespread damages and what's in for recovery in 13 minutes. And the Arkansas Razorbacks ended their regular football season this weekend. We recap the moments of sweet victory later at 12:22. This is THV 11 at noon. Thanks for spending lunch with us. We're going to head straight over to Tracy B. Tracy, what you looking at?
All right, we are looking at finally the fog beginning to lift. We still have some low clouds out there, but you can see visibility is looking much better. Little Rock still down around 8, but again, mainly just low clouds out there right now. 51 degrees, feeling a little chilly today. We're going to start to see the frontal boundary push through later tonight, but not before we warm up today. Looking for a high today right around the mid 60s, and we will have that southwesterly flow, and that's going to keep things a little warm today, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour, but plenty of sunshine headed our way. Once the clouds break up, things are going to be great. And tomorrow for New Year's Eve, we are looking for a high of 54, and then a little bit cooler for the first day of 2025, looking for a high of 50 and waking up in the 30s. And that cool weather is going to stick around for a little while. Stay with me. We'll talk a little bit more about that cool snap headed our way.
One person is dead this afternoon from a house fire believed to have been started by a space heater. This morning, fire crews were dispatched to a home fully engulfed by flames. Inside, they found a person dead. Fire personnel say a space heater was in the room with the victim, and they determined it to be the reason for the fire. We have a crew in Pine Bluff right now working to learn more on the investigation. We'll have those details tonight. In North Little Rock, police are working a weekend homicide case. Saturday morning, a shooting happened near Protho Junction by I-40. Police say 3 teenagers were shot, one of which died. We're working to find out what else police have learned. We'll update you once we have new information. Reactions are pouring in to the death of President Jimmy Carter. Most speak of his actions while leading the Oval Office. Erica Brown has more.
President Joe Biden offered a message of support to Carter's family as he stepped away from his vacation to address the former president's death.
On behalf of the world, the whole nation, we send our whole heartfelt sympathies and gratitude. Our gratitude for sharing President Carter with us for so many years.
Biden and Carter had a relationship that lasted nearly 50 years. Biden was the first U.S. senator to endorse Carter's presidential bid.
He grabbed me by the arm and said, I need you to help me in my campaign. And I said, I've only been around a couple years, Mr. Governor. He said, no, it'll make a difference.
President-elect Donald Trump posted on social media that while he strongly disagreed with Carter, the late president worked hard to make America a better place, and for that, I give him my highest respect. Trump told historian Douglas Brinkley during his 2016 run for the White House he had been highly critical of Carter. Then Carter scheduled a meeting between the two.
Immediately, Carter said to Trump, now I'm trying to save lives around the world, with the guinea worm, and we're doing this at the Carter Center, and I need a substantial gift of money from you.
I love that.
He
guilted him, right?
He guilted, and Trump said, that's the first time I ever figured out how he became president.
The other living presidents also remembered their predecessor. Former President Bill Clinton praised Carter for his tireless work to make the world a better place. Former President George W. Bush said that Carter dignified the office. And former President Barack Obama said Carter promised to always tell the truth, and he did, advocating for the public good, consequences be damned. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Governor Sarah Sanders has released new information on expansion efforts across the Corrections Department. In an attempt to address overcrowding, 1,500 beds have been added to units across the state. In addition, a project in Franklin County would increase bed space by 3,000. That project continues to face backlash as one opposing group demands for the entire plan to be investigated. Vehicles have evolved in more ways than what was originally thought to be possible. Even still, the federal government has demands for automakers. Chris Van Cleve reports.
Automatic emergency braking can sense a potential accident and even stop the vehicle if the driver doesn't hit the brakes in time. But the technology has not always been reliable. Now a new study from AAA shows things are improving. Researchers tested 2017 models at speeds up to 35 miles per hour. They stopped before a collision about half the time. But 2024 models did much better, avoiding every single crash.
The technology continues to improve, both the hardware, the cameras, the radar sensors, but mostly the automakers have had more time to really refine the algorithms around how these systems work.
Greg Brannon is the director of automotive engineering at AAA and says even though there's been improvement, the cars have issues at higher speeds.
The systems really start to struggle at speeds above 45 miles an hour.
At 45 miles per hour, 3 out of 4 vehicles avoided a collision. But when speeds were increased to 55, none of those tested were able to stop in time.
That's important because federal regulators just finalized a new rule that starting in 2029, all new cars and trucks need to have emergency braking that can prevent an accident at up to 62 miles an hour.
Experts say reaching the 2029 standard will be difficult. This summer, the trade association representing automakers told Congress the rule is not feasible with widely used braking technologies, and in a recent statement said the changes will make vehicles more expensive. The group is asking President-elect Trump to reconsider the new regulations. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
Finding a forever home sometimes means a lengthy period of waiting for kids in the foster care system. Today, Department of Human Services is hosting an adoption celebration. For the first time in decades, there are less than 200 children waiting to be adopted. While they're still working to get them out of the system, DHS is highlighting their progress. Outside their building are hanging banners showcasing children who have found their permanent homes. Our team is at the event right now, and we'll have that new video at 5 and 6. Tonight, families in Cabot have a chance to get a free meal. The Cabot School District is providing dinner and sack lunches over the winter break that takes place at 5 tonight and runs until 7. Cabot families will need to visit New Life Church that's located at 3400 West Main Street. Blue light glasses are supposed to protect your vision, but how well do they work? Our Verified team provides the answers ahead at 12:17.
And those low clouds and that fog, well, it lingered a little bit longer, but we're going to start to see a breaking away and a little bit of sunshine as we're heading into the afternoon. Stay with me. We'll talk about this forecast and when you can expect that cold weather to arrive.